Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do the beer stuff here. Yeah, a little bit of a fruited sour, pastry sour, fruited pastry sour, something along those lines. Iron Hill Brewing, Little Red Wagon, fruited sour. This comes courtesy of Iron Hill. They sent this off, and, not gonna lie, not the biggest fruited sour person, but when they're done right, they're really, really tasty beverages. Beer, are they? That's up for debate, but very tasty beverages. We'll see what this one lands. They sent this with a pack of Twizzlers. I don't know if they reference Twizzlers on here, but I guess they're giving off Twizzler vibes if they are. Let's read it and see what it says on the can itself. It says here, the image of a little red wagon brings back all us to simpler memories. Neighborhood games and grandma's strawberry rhubarb pie. This tart sour ale is brewed with lactose and finished with strawberry and rhubarb puree and vanilla to give you the perfect balance that reminds you of pie cooking and the cooling in the kitchen. Fruited sour, 7% alcohol by volume. We're done and done. So no reference to those Twizzlers on there, but I guess they're kind of planting the seed for what you'd expect, sending it off with Twizzlers. Okay, we'll see what's what. Give this a dump. Okay. I thought this was going to be soupy. Just this whole kind of fruited sour thing, but knowing Iron Hill kind of makes sense because they're very hefty into their traditional beer values, being that they're old school brew pub style. So, yeah, kind of not taken back that it's not soupy, but just, I don't know. I expect it to be a little more turbid. Let's put it that way. From distance, this looks like a Belgian ale, beer de garde, something along those lines. Label-wise, it's all right. I can sit here and I love this kind of old school styling, Americana kind of branding, but I think it works for the style of beer they're trying to do here and the vibes they're trying to throw off. So I'll allow it. And beer-wise, like I said, Belgian Tripoli kind of beer de garde kind of coloration. So we're talking about yellow with a touch of orange, maybe even a touch of red to it, and an index finger just under of a tight kind of what kind of head does that have? Tight, bubbly head. Yeah, let's say that. Let's give it a whirl. Nose-wise. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it smells like a soft little tart ale. Soft little Berliner. 7%. Aromatically, it doesn't come off as a huge punch to the face, 7% kind of beer. But you hear soft little red fruity notes on it. Again, we're talking about rhubarb. We're talking about, what was the other portion of the show here? They say strawberry. If I'm going to give this any kind of strawberry stretch for me, it's going to be a white strawberry or a very underripened strawberry to it. But it's a soft little sweeter red fruitiness. That little touch of vanilla they talked about in there, again, not heavy-handed, but you kind of get that. And this soft little, I don't even want to call it acidic, but note that lets you know that there's a little bit of tartness kind of floating around this beer. So very much kind of Berliner, fruited Berliner kind of vibes to it. Let's dive in. Cheers, y'all. Yeah, that's fine. Completely not what I expected. Just the way the marketing was laid down, the Twizzlers, fruited sour, 7%. I just thought it was going to not pour out of the can, tumble out of the can. And what I have here is just a very reserved Belgian-style tart ale. It tastes like it has like some kind of fruitiness from the yeast outside of that rhubarb and strawberry that maybe is this kind of base kind of tart Belgian style kind of ale yeast. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying that's how it comes off to me. Ever so slight tartness. Again, you're getting a sweetness from it. You're getting a tartness from it. But it's not like Jolly Rancher level. Like Wisconsin Red from New Glarus level. Tart, sweet kind of combatant back and forth. It comes off very gentle. Give this to me as a mystery beer, not knowing what this beer is. I actually might guess this is in the 5% range as far as ABV, not 7. So it definitely hits below its weight class as far as impact. But it's a pleasurable beer. I would say the rhubarb actually comes through more than the strawberry. The strawberry's there. Again, think about this more in the 5% range. That kind of impact of flavor here. But everything comes off organic. I will say that. That's probably my favorite part about it. Is that it doesn't come off like synthetically strawberry sweet. I was going to say synthetic rhubarb. Is that even a thing? But everything here comes off fresh, organic, like it was actually added. Not like, some of these fruited beers taste like Flintstone vitamins. Not actually fruited. Just taste like added components, added fruit and veggies. If you can count rhubarb's a vegetable, right? It's a root vegetable, right? And that vanilla is really gentle, but again, for flavor profile it's thrown out, and how aggressive, non-aggressive this beer is, I should say, it's appropriate for that level. Mouthfeel's nice for the style of beer it is. Again, thinking the lines of, again, I'd probably lean more like beer to guard on this, more than even like a Berliner Weiss. But it's a fun beer. Nothing like I thought it was going to be. You know, you get a package in the mail, there's Twizzlers, talk about fruit and pies and all kinds of stuff. You just think you're going to be bombarded with just sweet on sweet on sweet. It's not the case here. I actually like this. I really would love to try this on draft. And just, it's a fun take on beer. Is it going to really get people hot and bothered wild, especially the new school beer group of people? I'm not quite sure about that one. But if you're a traditionalist, you like kind of old school flavors, and you want a little bit of an Americanized twist on it, I think this beer would go really wrong way. It's definitely, by any stretch of the imagination, this is not a negative beer, a bad beer, or a badly made beer. It's tasty, it's fun. It just, it's like having a really good, that's a bad analogy. I was going to be like, it's having a really good iceberg salad. It's more entertaining than an iceberg salad. But, you know, it's having a really well done, let's just go salad. You know, you're like, this is really good and well done. It's not like, I'm not talking like a crazy over the top Caesar salad with all kinds of dressings and all that kind of stuff. Just, you know, throw a little bit of, you know, radish in there, throw a little bit of cucumber in there, maybe throw a little bit of some kind of non-poisonous cooked rhubarb in there. Maybe even a little bit of strawberry. It's lighter. It's 7%, but it's lighter. It's more, it doesn't feel negative when I drink it. It feels like organic. And it has that going for it, which is nice. It's weird because I feel like I'm sounding like negative about the beer, but that's not even close to how I feel about it. I'm getting a little warm in the cheeks, so that's kind of let me know there's 7% there. But I dig this. My biggest detractor on this beer, minus the disconnect between ABV and impact, if this is 5%, I think I'd be going way more gaga for it. Carbonation has died off very, very quickly on this. I want this to be a little bit more carbed for me. That if I'm going to take away any kind of negative from this beer, it's definitely the lower end of carbonation on it. That's kind of just burned off really, really quickly. And that's kind of like I want it on draft to see what it'd be like there if it holds its carb. But outside of that, very tasty beer. And for a select few people, honestly, like I think like again, not select few, but you know, the very picky, all they drink is hazies and barrel-aged stouts and fruited sours. I think if they drink this, they go, oh, that's fun, and put it down. If you're, you know, you're old school beer drinker that digs on variety and digs on well-made beers, I think you would dig on this because it's definitely well-made beer. But you have to be in these flavor profiles, and yeah. I don't even know what to say about it as far as like where I rank it. I don't call it a fruited sour. Again, I want to lean into like a beer to guard, but if I do fruited sour, it's almost to the top on that as far as Mount Rushmore rankings for me because I don't just drink them beers, but it's a very tasty beer, a fun beer, let's put it that way. Value and availability, actually don't know that. Iron Hill sent it off if somebody wants to reach out to me for this beer. I would hope it would be the 15 to 60% or $60 range, and leave you with, if you like what we like this beer. We talked about it ad nauseum. If you like classic beer, Belgian beer, beer to guard, Berliner fruited, Berliner stuff like that, I think you would dig this beer. So there you go. Review in the books. Hopefully you enjoyed Iron Hill. Have you been to the brewery? I have not. I will soon. One just opened like a month ago, like 45 minutes away from me, so I'm definitely going to pop in. Have you had their beers? What's your favorite? Have you had this beer? And what's your favorite beer? I think my favorite ever was they sent me a Russian Imperial Stout one time. I love that beer so much. Yeah, all that fun stuff down there. Hopefully you enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of a classic styled beer right now. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers, y'all.